All right, guys, round two today for Christ and comic books. And what we're looking to do today, again, we just did our One Word Sunday. So I'm looking to follow that up with actually talking about comic books for once, right? Guys, just like, yeah, you kind of dove off on the comic books. I've been feeling like I was off on the comic books. But I'm going to get back on the grind with talking about comic books. And currently, what I'm wanting to look at actually is the new Marvel heroes, the New Warriors. I'm a little late doing a video on them because I've been contemplating even if I wanted to. Did I want to waste my time? Did I want to use my energy to talk about this? The people that I actually like watching talk about comics haven't even brought these guys up yet. So normally they do that as to having read something and then talking about the comic, unless it's like a movie version. When they give feedback on movies early on, but when it comes to something like this, that's where it's a little different, right? But these are new characters for a new comic for Marvel, and they're called the New Heroes. Now, the original New Heroes was a mix of you know, strong heroes that were kind of like a vigilante group doing heroic things, of course. You got some strong in martial arts and using weaponry. You have others with like fire powers and things like that. Illustrated in a very masculine and, of course, you know, the very attractive feminine way. And that's what really made them pop off. And the thing about it is, with the creator of the New Warriors, they are looking to kind of change the game in response to that. So they designed 5 new heroes to, of course, be the ones to take on the mantle from these heroes and continue on in, you know, what they're doing. So they're going to be learning from these guys. They're going to be their predecessors, right? Now, my thing with it is, matter of fact, I'm going to talk about them, talk about what they could do, and then I'm actually going to give my feedback on what I think of the new heroes. And I'd love to hear what you guys think of the new heroes as well after I give this. And I definitely welcome the feedback. So the new heroes is a team of 5 heroes who are, of course, taking this on. And the first one I want to talk about is a pretty simpler character named B Negative. Now, B Negative is supposedly one who got a blood transfusion from Morbius. So they became a vampire-like character, and they have the very kind of traditional, honestly, in my opinion, the old school goth emo look. They got like the little half hawk and this part is shaved kind of look, and they're wearing all black and red. So they have that, and they have the little plasma suction things on his palm. So that's one character. That's B Negative, but he's supposed to be like that Morbius hero carry-on character, taking on that mantle. The other one is named Screen Time. The thing about Screen Time is Screen Time got caught up in his father's experimental internet gas. Yes, I said internet gas. I just wanted to give you guys a minute to process that. Internet gas. So now he can basically kind of do like Freakazoid does. If any of you guys are not too old, not too young to know what Freakazoid is, but he can get into like the internet and travel through it and all that type of stuff, right? So they call him Screen Time. And that's him. The next one is Trailblazer. Trailblazer is a heavier set female character. I believe she's actually the leader of the group, who has an ancient ancestral magic backpack, which she can reach into to grab any kind of, you know, item from within it. So it's like going into a different dimension, and she can pull magical items from that, and it comes from her family lineage and things like that. And that's what she uses the backpack for, and they call her a Trailblazer. She's a heavy-set young lady. All right, and our last 2 are brother and sister pair. One is known as Snowflake, while the other one is known as Safe Space. Snowflake can throw shuriken-like snowflakes, and Safe Space can bring up shields only if he's protecting somebody else. Now, the thing about these 2 characters is Snowflake is designed, of course, with a blue outfit, while Safe Space is wearing a pink one. So, and they're rather tight clothing. It's like a one-piece. Looks like almost like, in my interpretation, it looks like a wrestler's uniform from high school. So the shorts kind of cut off right up here, but then they have like the long boots that come above the knees. The creator speaks of him as being one of the buff masculine types, but he barely comes close to looking as big as even, you know, as a real kind of the general look of a buff character for Marvel. So it really doesn't kind of fit that, in my opinion. I can see where he's trying to say he looks like a jock, but he really doesn't fit that description that solely. And then, of course, the sister, Snowflake, wearing the light blue, is a non-binary female character. And she, of course, like I said, can throw the shuriken. They basically are supporting each other with the way that they are. Now, of course, they go by these two names. The creator's intention behind this is to make what the world uses as kind of like insult terms, like calling someone a snowflake or them needing to have a safe space as insults. These two are trying to take these and make these a positive thing. It's positive to be sensitive. It's snowflake, positive to be sensitive, and it's positive to need a safe space to go to for your own mental health. Is where I believe the creator is coming from with that. And these are the 5 heroes for the New Warriors. And personally, don't like it. I personally am not down with it. I think that's, yeah, okay, you've all probably seen it. You've all probably heard about this. But this is seriously just my opinion about the team. I don't think that this is something that's going to have a long-standing pop-off as a new hero team. Now, some of you might be like, well, you know, of course, not every hero that's made is going to be a success. You're absolutely right. But I wouldn't waste my time promoting and prompting and pushing a series that isn't going to go the extra mile, right? That's my opinion. I don't want to do one-shots. You only want to do one-shots unless you have a bigger idea that you're looking to do later on. That's the purpose of a one-shot. That's why in Japan, when they do manga contests, people are shooting their one-shots, getting them popular so that they can be published, and then they can come out with an actual big series. One side note to that, the creator of My Hero Academia actually has a 2-part manga series that he put out as his one-shot. It won a contest, and they wanted to make it into the actual books, which is why he won it. But now we see, with what he put in that book, he's capable of so much more with what he's done with My Hero Academia. So, one-shot. But I don't think that's what they're doing here. They're hoping that this will actually pop off and be something big, because these are catching on to things that are happening today. Screen time, people are caught up into social media. So, of course, you're going to make a character that can go into the internet and do things like that. Be negative. Of course, we still have the kind of goth emo look is still a popular thing. So, I guess maintaining that, because it fits in with the rest of them being like a reject type aspect is what they're really going for there. You got Trailblazer being an obese character. I don't have anything against her being a heavy-set young lady, but making her the leader and her actually being able to be effective. I'm going to get into my deeper opinion about the whole thing on that, but that doesn't happen normally, and you normally can't see that running successfully unless you can give a good explanation for it, right? But I'm going to go deeper into that. And then Safe Space and Snowflake, oh my goodness. You know, why intentionally make the brother wear pink? I mean, like, you're pushing something that shouldn't necessarily need to be pushed. That's what I'm getting at by saying this. You're pushing some stuff that doesn't need this kind of push. Not from comic books, okay? Because it's not... Let me just put it to you. This is where this could be a success. This is the point I want to really make. This is where it could be a success. If you're looking to truly grasp the depth of the essence of what these individual characters are supposedly trying to portray and tell. So, for instance, Safe Space and Snowflake, they're pretty simple. Again, I don't like that they're pushing a propaganda with these two, especially with making the male character pink, her blue, and of course non-binary. They're pushing those things. But my thing with that is, of course, the creator is looking to do a shield and sword concept with those two. That's why she can do the attacking and he does the defending. It's a pretty cool, you know, teammate thing. Cloak and Dagger, which is a 2-hero team, a black male and a young white female, you know, Cloak and Dagger, right? They're doing the same thing, Safe Space and Snowflake. Okay, I get that. But how deep are you going to go with the story behind these two characters? Are you going to delve into the necessity of making someone who is an attacker with her shuriken a non-binary character? What do those two have to do with each other? Is there going to be something with her being emotionally broken that's going to make her attack in that way? Are you saying the fragility of her is like that of a snowflake, but it doesn't reduce her sharpness? What are you trying to say with that? With making him wear pink, are you saying that he is a sensitive person and cares about people who are vulnerable? Is that what you're trying to say? That's why he wears pink? But is he vulnerable himself? I mean, his powers leave him vulnerable. That's why he can only protect when there's someone else involved, right? So is that what you're thinking? Are you going to go to depths with that? You got Trailblazer. Why are you making this girl a heavyset young lady? Are you designing her to be able to be athletic because you necessarily don't make someone heavyset if they're not athletic? Is there going to be a story to her size? Is there going to be a coinciding of her having a backpack with her size? To what extent is she going to be going in this bag? Are you saying the bag is as endless as her stomach? I don't know. Like, that's the stuff you want to be thinking about if you're looking to really push the story the way that you're wanting to be pushing it. And that's just my opinion on it. And of course, with screen time, okay, internet gas. We've seen people get powers for just as similarly dumb things throughout several Marvel and DC comics. I mean, the kid fell over and got dosed in chemicals and got, the Speed Force all of a sudden randomly, and all of a sudden was able to replicate the ability, of course, come rewriting the story, right? I mean, that's how you get the Flash. You got a kid with all the powers of the universe, but's afraid of a green rock. Stupid, isn't it? But then we make someone who gets internet gas powers. Again, it depends on the depth of the story. Are we trying to get someone who can honestly be able to harness the power of the World Wide Web because it's a very powerful source that needs multiple people to manage it? So was he making internet gas to make to where someone could be a powerhouse over those things? What's the point? Be negative. Great to give Morbius a successor. Bad if you're trying to put them in this group and just trying to do a whole reject team of something so simple. Teen Titans does a great job of doing a reject team, but they're coming from the aspect of them being sidekicks, and they're coming from different races and not trying to push like some underlying message onto people and get people to accept this thing of rejects that you're trying to push. Now, here's the bigger thing. Why these people as a team? Why these people as a team? What do they do together that makes them function as a team? Side note. One of the reasons I hated the movie for Justice League. I hated the movie Justice League. Never seen it. But I hated it. The reason why? Because Superman is the only reason that movie did anything. Everyone else struggled against minions. And then the actual tough guy that came through, Superman, had to come and take him on. There was no teamwork effort to build about them being able to take down that one person. So what's the teamwork aspect of someone who can reach in a bag and pull out anything, and a vampire kid who can suck on your blood from his palms? And then you got the Shield and Sword teamwork of Safe Space and Snowflake. Can Safe Space shield more than one person, or can he shield only the one person he's protecting at a time? These are the questions. These are the questions that need answers, and that's when the book does come out. That's what I look to kind of see come out of this. Is not just more propaganda, not just more underlying motive, to put it simply, coming from the left. I'm not political, but coming from the left. If the left is thinking, if they're pushing these propagandas and these thought processes, and that's all the purpose of this book is to do, you've done wasted several comic book readers' time, and that's why they're getting the feedback that they're getting now. But I honestly look forward to you proving them wrong. I want to understand more about why people think of pushing or bringing about, you need to understand why I'm non-binary. I would love to. I hope that when they write the story for Snowflake, that they bring that into perspective. I hope they bring into perspective obesity into being a hero and the significance of that, what that means. Not, I can be a hero too, even though I'm obese. What does it mean if I'm going to be an obese character and a hero? What am I going to be able to do? What will be my impact? That's what I want to know. These are the questions, and I hope you guys can answer them, because I'm looking forward to it. I don't want another Attack on Titan experience where I'm getting so many questions and only 3 answers out of 10. I don't want another story like that. That gets on my nerves. thank you guys. I hope you guys have a blessed one. But I hope that they bring some depth to these new heroes. Again, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure, of course, you give me a like. And please, if you have any feedback on what I've said on this video, I would love to hear your feedback. And you guys have a blessed day. Goodbye.